All right, I am a trainer for a professional team, and this is the problem. There are a lot of people putting pressure on the coaches, the athletes, the media, me, the athletes might be taking performance-enhancing drugs, which is a big deal. The main job that I have is to make sure that the athlete is healthy and safe, and that I do everything in a fair way that is considered right. One of the problems is that everyone wants the athlete to keep playing again really quickly, even if they're hurt. And this isn't always good because it can make the injury worse, obviously, if they don't get back at the right time, and it can provide long-term damage. As a trainer, I have to make sure that I am doing what is best for the athlete and that I'm not hurting them by making them come back to training earlier and not doing the wrong exercises. This means that I will not let the athlete play again until they're completely ready, no matter what the coaches or the fans say or when pressure gets in their head. The athletic trainer has to be thinking what's best for the athlete for their competitions. The athlete is also probably going to want to start playing really bad, which is the main problem. The athlete has the right to make the decisions about their body, but that does not mean that they can't do whatever they want if it's going to hurt them with competition. And as a trainer, I would have to make sure the athlete knows all the risks and to make sure that they're making a good decision. And at the end of the day, I have to follow the rules and make sure the athlete is safe, even if it means they cannot play. It's just a lot of responsibility. There's also the problem with the athlete taking performance-enhancing drugs. I have to make sure, and it has to be kind of kept secret. I also have to make sure that I'm following the rules of the sport. You know what I mean? If I think the athlete is taking PEDs, then I'd have to report it. You know, if they're keeping it secretive and I find out, I have to report it to other people, and I can't just ignore it and confront the athlete. You know what I mean? Something that's not professional. I have to be careful, basically. I have to be careful, essentially. The media is also a problem because I have to make sure that I'm being professional with the media and not saying anything I shouldn't say. Can only give updates about the athlete's condition, and I have to make sure that I'm not sharing too much information or speculating about whether the athlete is taking PEDs or anything like that. It's not opinion-based, it's fact-based. And the athletic trainer has to be careful. You have to be careful what you say to the media. For the article that I read, it said that respect for anatomy does not imply that clinicians must comply with all requests, particularly when such requests are likely to result in harm. Physicians have duty to balance respect for anatomy, I can't speak that word, with beneficence and non-malicious in order to provide appropriate care. Let's see. In situations where patients' choices may lead to harm, clinicians are ethically justified in refusing to provide interventions that are not in the patient's best interest. So it's obviously just going to have to think about what that means as a personal trainer, athletic trainer. But what it does mean is that the athlete wants to start playing, I have to prioritize their safety and health, essentially. The article also said that non-malfeasance obligates healthcare professionals to avoid causing harm, while beneficence requires them to promote the well-being of patients. These principles are central to decision-making, particularly when external pressures may conflict with patient safety. This means that the main job is to make sure that I'm not hurting the athlete and that I'm doing everything I can do to help them. So all just good things. And I have to make decisions based off of what's best for the athlete, not what the fans or the coaches want. The athletic trainer, me, has to be strong and make decisions. Overall, the best way to handle the situation is to be professional, to follow the rules, and prioritize the athlete's health over their fame or whatever else external factors. This means that not letting the athlete play if it's not safe is probably the best option. And yeah, that's just the job of the athletic trainer.